Hi, I'm Jamie Smart, and I'm really excited about this episode of the Profitable Coaches podcast because it's a recording of a coaching session that I did with a client called Christina Cooper. Now, Christina is a coach and a therapist, and she's already transitioned from charging by the hour to enrolling clients on longer term coaching packages. But as you'll hear in this session, she had some kind of teething pains with that, you might say, feeling a little uncomfortable about talking to clients about money and cost and that sort of thing. And as you'll hear, all of that turned out to be what I call a grounding issue. And the cool thing about this, so I did this coaching session a couple of weeks ago, but within a few days of us doing the session, Christina enrolled a client on a £2,500 package over, I believe, 6 months, which she was really thrilled about because that was one of the conversations which she was concerned about having. Now, you'll hear Christina mention a program she went through with me a few months ago called the Thriving Coaches Blueprint. If you want to find out more about that, go to jamiesmart.com/thriving. But I also wanted to tell you about a special one-off masterclass I'm doing on the 5th of April, which is the keys to enrolling a £50,000 client. Now, I know not everyone is in a position where they can or want to enroll a £50,000 client, but the principles behind what's involved in that are the same whether you're enrolling someone on a £1,000 package or a £10,000 package. So if that's something you've been thinking about, if you want to transition from charge by the hour to a coaching package model, or if you're just getting started and you're thinking what's the right kind of way of doing things, what's going to support you as a coach, a therapist, a consultant, a change worker, then that could be great for you. It's free and it's at jamiesmart.com/50K coaching. That's the number 50K coaching. So without further ado, here's the coaching session with Christina. Hi, I'm Jamie Smart, and you're listening to the Profitable Coaches podcast, the show for coaches, trainers, therapists, consultants, and other transformation professionals. And each episode, you're going to hear a live coaching session and learn how to grow your practice, have a bigger impact on your clients, and enjoy the journey every step of the way. Christina,
hello.
Welcome. Hi, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really, really good. So actually, I don't know if you heard, but at the top of the call, I said when I put out the call for volunteers in the Profitable Coaches group, almost everyone who put up their hand was an existing client. So you and I started working together. When was it? Like September or October?
I think I was on one of your masterclasses. I think it was September. That was the first time. Yeah.
And then you actually came on the Thriving Coaches Blueprint Live that we kicked off in November.
Yeah.
What, just in a nutshell, I'm going to coach you. I didn't get you on here just to do a testimonial, but I thought it would set good context, because here's the thing, what we're going to be talking about is, if you still want to talk about the thing that you wrote about in the group, is for most coaches a high quality problem, because since you joined the program, you're signing up clients and that sort of thing. So do you want to say what's happened for you since November in a nutshell?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So one of the main things was my thinking around money. That was actually the hook, which got me onto TCB. That's completely changed now. So I don't worry about money really very much at all. And that's then had a massive knock-on effect on working with clients and signing up clients. And so that then led on to me being able to pitch much higher value coaching packages than what I was pitching before. So before it was 130 a session. Now I pitch 12.50 for the minimum package. up to, I haven't pitched 5,000 yet. That's my biggest package. But I've pitched 2,500. So that's quite a big step up for me.
That's huge. Now, what was it like before in terms of how it was around money? And the reason I asked the question, Christina, your feelings around money, your thinking and feeling around money, that's a key aspect of grounding. And I find for a lot of coaches, that's a huge limiter that gets in the way of them earning a living. So what was it like before and what shifted for you?
I felt uncomfortable asking clients for money because it felt like what I was charging, even 130 was expensive. Because I thought, well, I would see that as expensive if I didn't know anything about coaching or whatever. So that, I suppose that was the main thing. Was I used to project onto my clients what I thought they were thinking about something. So if it was, they're thinking this is really expensive, or why, how can she charge so much, or all of those kind of things. And also having just qualified just under it's just over a year ago now, worrying about, am I good enough to charge that? And now it doesn't cross my mind, that part of it. Because I know that I can give impact. And in fact, the first client that I signed on the 1250 package, she's just come to an end, and she said to me, I want to carry on working with you. And that was without me asking. So that's really great, because I know that I've created impact for her.
Oh, well, and I love that. And so what we're seeing is all three of those transformations. So you used to have uncomfortable feelings around charging, and you used to also imagine you could read people's minds. So we cleared that up. And now that you know you can have that kind of impact, you're also able to charge more, and people are renewing. So that's great. So with that as context, what would you love to have happen in this conversation?
Well, I realised that although I'm now comfortable with the enrolment process, so once I've got a client enrolment call, that to me is absolutely fine now. That's a massive change as well. But where I'm struggling at the moment is actually getting clients. If they come through inquiries, so if they come through directories and things like that, because I do cognitive hypnotherapy, so they might come through some directories. And if they come through those, I find it easier because it's already, they've initiated, they've said, I want help. Whereas if I'm actually trying to get out there and create conversations, which I really want to be doing, and I should be doing more of it, I realise I'm not doing as much as I should be. Even just trying to create one conversation a day, I'm struggling with. And I think the reason is I just feel uncomfortable doing it. So it's around, I think I wrote in the post that I just feel needy. I feel both needy and creepy. Needy because I need clients at the moment, and that's the truth. Because I need the money. And creepy because I feel needy, but not just because I feel needy. Creepy because for me it's different going out there and actually having a conversation and then saying, would you like help with that? And then getting to the point where the potential client either backs off, or I don't know, I just seem to be, I find that part tricky, and I feel quite uncomfortable.
Well, let me ask a couple of questions. When you say getting out there, where's out there?
Well, an example would be, so I play at a piano meetup group, and so that's because a lot of the work I do is working with musicians with performance anxiety. That's quite a good place for me because adult amateur pianists, generally speaking, have a lot of performance nerves. And so there's one particular group that I go to, and I actually have had some members from that group come onto a webinar that I did recently, which is great. But when we have the meetups, it's a kind of ideal opportunity for me to have these kind of conversations with people. And so, for instance, last time I was at a meetup, I had a conversation with somebody, and she was new to the group as well. And she basically said that she hasn't performed yet. She feels really nervous, but she wants to perform at the next meetup. So I just got her into conversation and tried to find out what are her main challenges with that, and let her know that, this is what I do and that I can help with that. And beyond that, I often find that there's not really much response to that. So then I start to feel.
Now, what do you mean by pretend I'm her. So I've just told you, I get all wobbly and my hands shake and I get really scared and I'd really like to play piano, but I'm really terrified. My heart beats too much and I sweat all over myself.
Well, that's something that I actually specialize in helping musicians with. And
cool.
Yeah. So
cool. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So if this is something that you would like help with, then see, this is the bit that I get really.
Okay. I'm gonna blow your mind, Christina. You ready? You're ready?
Yeah.
You're ready to have your mind blown? Okay, you pretend to be her. You tell me. So what's going on?
Oh, I just completely fall apart when I want to perform piano. I can't even walk up to a piano, and it just terrifies me. My heart pounds, and I'm so scared of the audience.
Yeah, that's rough. A lot of musicians have that sort of thing going on. It's actually something that I've got a lot of experience helping people with. Would you like some support with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Notice the difference?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll tell you what the difference is. You said before you role played it out, you told me it as well. You're not asking them if they want you to help them. You're not asking them. So key distinction from a grounding perspective, speaking to you as a coach, I work on the basis that someone who is struggling with a scary problem, like that person is, they're struggling with a scary problem. They want someone to help them. So they're feeling, I'm making this up now, but typically people who are freaked out about something, they feel alone, they feel isolated, they feel powerless, they're in a passive mode, they don't know what to do. So they're looking for someone to take the lead. When you set it up the way you did, you're asking them to take the lead. You're saying, well, I help people with that. Well, that's actually what I do. Not you're stopping the feeling. No, it's not actually in the words. Okay, it's in the feeling. Like I knew when I got you to role play it, I knew what you were going to do. I knew it. I knew you because I could feel it, not wanting to take the lead. For whatever reason, maybe go on.
Yeah. Well, that part, because not wanting to take the lead because I'm testing the water with them. Because the thing is, for a lot of these potential clients, they may have never had coaching ever before.
Assume they haven't. Assume they don't even know what coaching is.
Yeah. And
assume they have no budget for it. Assume they don't see that it's relevant or valuable.
Well, yeah, and they may not have even thought about it.
That's all fine.
Yeah.
Not an issue.
Yeah. So it almost feels like I'm trying to sell them something that they might not need or might not. I know they would like it, but do they know they would?
Well, now you're trying to you're trying to have sex before you even meet on the first date. So like for I just kind of frame this stuff in terms of having a normal conversation. Like if I'm having a conversation with someone and they tell me about a problem and it's something I have some experience of helping them with, I just say, hey, I've got some experience of helping people with that. Would you like some support with that? And then I shut up and I wait. And they either say, no, I'm good, I'll take it from here. Or they say, yeah. It's really simple. So I don't go, here's what I don't do, Christina. I don't go, okay, they've just told me about this thing. How can I set up the groundwork so that they will be receptive to an offer? No, I listen to them. I maybe ask them some questions, find out what's going on. I don't tell them about coaching. I don't, tell them how anything. I listen to them. I ask them some questions. And if I like the cut of their jib, I might say, hey, I've got some experience of working with people on that stuff. Would you like some support with that? And then I shut up.
Yeah. That just feels too direct somehow.
So it would be more elegant if I tricked them into having a conversation with me?
No. Mm. Yeah, I guess it makes sense.
Well, you don't look like you guess it makes sense.
No, you're right. It still feels too forward. It feels like I might come across as needy. As it seems as though I should be engaging in more of a conversation before then dropping in. Would you like some help?
Well, I'll engage in as much of a conversation as I find interesting. I'm not saying as soon as they reveal that they've got performance anxiety, you go, I'm a coach, would you like my
That's
help?
what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Mm, mm.
I would be listening to them. I'd be asking questions. I would be finding out what's going on for them a little bit. But here's the thing. Here's what I've noticed. What they'll pick up on is where you're coming from, is the feeling you're in. Like when I asked you, did it feel needy?
No.
Well, what do you make of that?
I suppose it felt nice because there was a nice connection.
Bingo. Well, I'm never going to try and lead someone when I don't have a nice connection with them.
And I guess that could happen straight away. It doesn't necessarily take, you know. Yeah.
Well, in my experience, Christina, it varies. Like sometimes I feel connected with someone right away, and sometimes it takes a little while. But I'm in no hurry.
Yeah.
In my experience, you know what the magic secret to building connection with someone is? Listen.
Yeah. I think sometimes what happens is the moment someone says, "Oh, I get performance anxiety," or whatever it is, it's that thing, it's that light bulb in my head going ping, potential client alert.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's horrible.
They turn into a wallet with legs. That's, that's no one wants to be seen as a wallet with legs. So 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 that but that's just a habit, you know. That's like you don't that doesn't mean anything. It's just a thought and a feeling. It's just a feeling letting you know that sometimes, like you said, oh, I feel needy. Well, that feeling of needy is just letting you know that sometimes you get needy thinking. It doesn't mean anything about you or your work or your clients. If it actually meant something about you, you would never have enrolled any client. And you've signed people up on packages and that sort of thing. So you're fine. You just, sometimes it seems to you like your feelings are giving you information about your bank balance or if it's prospective clients or whatever. But they're always just letting you know about thought. So here's the funny thing. I, in my experience, like even if you do get that ping and that's what, and then you go, oh, I shouldn't be getting that ping. It's so horrible. You're like, okay, thank you. You just listen to them, ask the next question. You know, it's funny. I have all kinds of conversations with all kinds of different people. And my thinking goes all over the place during them. Like I never know what's gonna happen. But it changes. It changes. So I just put my attention back on the person sitting in front of me. My attention gets pulled away sometimes, but then I notice and I'm like, oh yeah, this is the person I'm talking to. Not the voice in my head or the, picture of my bank manager or whatever. No, this is the person I'm talking to.
I suppose then something else which comes into this, which is very much related, is potential clients are everywhere. And again, I often find myself in situations where someone might volunteer some information and I think, oh, well, that's something I could help with. And again, I've not gone out there and I've not tried to engineer that conversation. It's just happened. And then I think, oh, when should I chip in and say, but again, it's about, am I in connection with them? Which is, I've now realised. And B, do I want to there and then? So it might be someone I'm having a chat with at the checkout, for instance, but do I want to try and help, say that I can help them there and then?
Well, now here's the thing, Christina. If I'm in a a social situation, whether it's a checkout or a Starbucks or a nightclub or a bar or a restaurant or whatever, and I'm having a chat with someone and they're like, oh yeah, I've got whatever, and it really gets my way, or my business is struggling, or I get stage, whatever it is. I'm listening and I've got a connection with them. If I like the cut of their jib, I'll be like, well, I've got some experience helping people with that. Would you like some support with that? Would you like to have a conversation about that sometime? And then I shut up and they either say yes or no. If they say no, cool, as we were. If they say yes, then I schedule it for some other time. I don't try and coach them in a nightclub.
Yeah.
So it's very quick. It's very quick. I do it and then we continue our chat or we go about our business, whatever it is. So I'm not trying to have coaching sessions at the checkout in Tesco's.
Mm-hmm. I get that. But sometimes I think, because I've had moments where I think, oh, I could say to them, I could help with that. And it might be at the checkout or, you know.
Well, I don't say I could help with that. I ask them, would you like some support with that? I empower them by asking them and then letting them tell me whether they would or wouldn't. I ask them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want you just to try it for fun. I was like, oh, Christina, I've got terrible performance anxiety. I literally wet my pants when I go on stage.
Well, that's something I have experience of helping clients with. Is that something that you'd like some help with?
Definitely. Definitely. See?
I almost got it wrong.
Well, no, but you did fine. But how did it feel?
Oh, it definitely felt different.
Yeah, it does feel different. And here's the thing. What I've noticed is, I know you said it seems too forward. What people are afraid of typically is rejection. They're afraid of someone saying no. But the cure to all of that is actually connection. If you've got a nice connection with someone, if they say yes, it'll be because they want to work with you. If they say no, it'll be because it's not the right time or it's not the right thing or they're not quite ready for it. And it'll be fine. Like, connection is the transformation turbocharger. Connection is like WD-40 for getting clients, for enrollment conversations, for coaching people. Connection is everything. So here's what I'm going to do, Christina. I'm going to do a pause on this, but can you hang in there with me until towards the end of the session, and then I'll circle back to you?
Yeah, sure.
All right, beautiful. Thank you so much. That's been wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was the session. And this session happened as part of a group masterclass. So after I did the session with Christina, I did some teaching, answered some questions and that sort of thing. And then at the end of the masterclass, I just circled back to her and asked, how are things looking now? And it was maybe 30, 40 minutes later. Here's what Christina said. So Christina, what are you noticing since our conversation?
I guess it just, it feels easier now to just go out there and just connect with people. That's what it is, really, just connecting.
Now, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
I was going to say, what did you see or hear or feel or notice either during the conversation or since that conversation that has changed something? What was it?
I guess I realized that sort of feeling needy or creepy or whatever, well, that was just coming because I was up in my head about things. And so if I was with a potential client, I was just tuning into that. So it was knowing that I don't have to tune into that. It's just about connection, really. Takes the pressure off.
Isn't that nice to realize?
Yeah. And actually from that point, I'm naturally going to be leading. That natural leader will come forward rather than me trying to lead from an uncomfortable place. So I don't need to try so hard. I don't need to try at all.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? Like there's a lot less effort when you're just being yourself.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Christina.
Thank you.
You're super welcome. You're very, very welcome.
Thanks for listening. If you want to grow your profitable practice, here's what to do next. Number 1, download your copy of the free book, The Profitable Coach's Scorecard, to identify your sticking points, leverage points, and quick wins for taking your practice to a new level. It's a quick, easy read with a powerful effect, and you can get it for free at jamiesmart.com/scorecard. Number 2, join the Profitable Coaches group on Facebook and connect with an amazing community of professionals like you and me who are passionate about growing a profitable practice and having a big impact in the world. You can join for free at jamiesmart.com/coaches. Number 3, if you want to be a guest on an episode of this podcast and have a big breakthrough in your professional life, go to jamiesmart.com/guest and enter your details. And finally, I massively appreciate that you're sharing your attention with me. Whatever you think of the show, it would really mean a lot to me if you could head over to iTunes and give it a star rating. If you think it deserves 1 star, go right ahead. But if you want to give it 5 stars, then right on. Thanks.